Hi, this is Dr. Gordo, and welcome to the Raven the Writing Desk. Today we're continuing our 8-part series on the parts of speech. Today it's all about prepositions. And when we're talking about prepositions, it's important to remember that it's all relative. Let's get into it. So all parts of speech are important because they're all building blocks to building meaning. Prepositions' role in it all is to indicate where something is in relation to something else. Is the simplest way one can put it. We also use it for telling time, and they can often be overlooked for their importance because quite often they just have two letters, but those two letters can pack a lot of meaning, as we're going to see. First of all, if you're to give or to understand instructions, you must understand prepositions. Words that you're going to see a lot: to, from, towards, through. So this recording is being done in Barrie, Ontario, which is north of Toronto. So if you're coming from Toronto to Barrie, notice how the prepositions are allowing us to use geographical places in the real world as placeholders and explaining something in their relation to one another to get meaning through to the audience through relationships. Go through the woods and towards the village. These are all key words in giving directions, and they're all prepositions. Whenever you are looking at the time or providing the time to someone else, you are using prepositions. You're using words like in, at, on, since, from, to, until, by, as in these sentences: in the spring, at 1 o'clock, since 1 o'clock, from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. We are open until 8. Be here by 5 o'clock. Pardon the childish picture here, but drawing a diagram is a great way to understand how we use prepositions in location and space. So really, prepositions are all about time and space. Think about any object you can use as an anchor, such as a house, or even let's see, take an example of a boat. If you picture boat on the water, there can be fish under the boat. There could be birds above the boat. There could be another boat beside the boat. We also use a lot of prepositional phrases in English. And simply put, it's when we combine a verb with a preposition. I'll pay with my credit card. I'll buy for all of us. So whenever you see a verb immediately followed by a preposition, pay attention to that. And if you're an English language learner, make a note of it, because we use prepositional phrases a lot in everyday speech. Now, in passing, I just want to mention, you may have heard the rule you cannot end a sentence with a preposition. If you haven't heard it, good, because it's rubbish. It's not true at all. Of course, you can end a sentence with a preposition. We say it all the time. When will she be in? Some will hear that and say, no, that's not proper English because, well, what? How are you going to rephrase that so that it actually sounds better or gets more the meaning across? So as you've seen in this presentation, prepositions can begin a sentence with whom are you going, and they can be in the middle of a sentence. Your hat is on the table. So prepositions go where they need to go, because again, they are describing the relationship of most likely the subject of the sentence to objects within the sentence. Now, I do need to give the warning that informal speech tends to overuse prepositions. So as in the sentence, where are you at? Where are you at? The question ends with, where are you? At doesn't add anything to the sentence. It's superfluous information. So that can just be edited out. So this is more in regards to formal writing. You got to remember, good writing is tight writing is good writing. Don't use two words when one word will do. I give all these all sorts of rules in these presentations. Really, when it comes down to it, in informal speech, don't worry about prepositions at all. Your meaning's going to get across. In formal writing, though, again, be aware that sometimes we'll add in a preposition that's just not needed because the words you've already used get the meaning across. So to recap, prepositions are all about time and space. To give and understand directions, awareness of prepositions is mandatory. This is why it's a part of speech. Be aware of the use of prepositions in regards to combinations such as the phrases that we just looked at, and just make a note of where that preposition's appearing in the sentence if you're developing your writing skills or your English language skills, because there's lots of good information to learn just in everyday conversations. And when it comes to formal writing, be careful not to overuse prepositions. If you don't need to use it, just don't use it. So I thank you for your time today. Next up, you could look at our verbs galore video or our pronouns galore. They're all parts of speech. And please like and subscribe and ask any questions in the comments, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great day. Bye.